Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this second remote assembly. As you can see, we've invited my friends back again. They're very happy to be here. And in fact, it caused a little bit of an argument last time in our house because their friends weren't invited as well. So I've just found out, snuck in the back of the car are all of their friends too. You can see that we've got the Hilton twins down at the front. We've got various other families have arrived, all socially distanced, of course, in this environment, and they're very much looking forward to being a part this time round. Okay, I'd like to start today's assembly by talking about this man. This is Pablo Neruda. Until about a week ago, I'd never heard of him. But I have a friend who sends me some poetry. Now, I might not look like your average poetry enthusiast, but Pablo's particular poem caught my imagination. Pablo is a Chilean poet who lived during the 20th century and most famously won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1971. I'd like to read his poem called Keeping Quiet. Now we will count to 12 and we will all keep still. For once on the face of the earth, let's not speak in any language. Let's stop for a second and not move our arms so much. It would be an exotic moment, without rush, without engines. We would all be together in a sudden strangeness. If we were not so single-minded about keeping our lives moving and for once could do nothing, perhaps a huge silence might interrupt this sadness of our never understanding ourselves and of threatening ourselves with death. Perhaps the earth can teach us, as when everything seems dead in winter and later proves to be alive. Now I will count up to 12, and you will keep quiet, and I will go. Now, there are a couple of sections of that which I really like. And for the first one, and when it says, and for once could do nothing. Now, in this time when we're all at home, pretty much in isolation, what the poem to me suggests is that it's allowing us time to find out more about ourselves. And that I like a lot. The second part is right towards the end when it talks about things reawakening. And I think one thing we can all agree, we can see around us, is that things are starting to change. Spring has sprung. Now, you might not be able to see it, but it's one of the most beautiful times at school when we see the school burst into life. So I'm really happy that Layla Radcliffe has decided and volunteered to play the flute for us. And whilst we listen to her beautiful music, I've taken some photos of what it looks around school at the moment for you to enjoy. I hope you like them. Thank you so much for that, Layla. Great way to start the day. Let's have a round of applause for Layla. Next thing I would like to talk, and will be the central theme of this assembly, are the good things that are happening at the moment. And to be honest, we've got lots and lots of good things which have been happening. Now, the first of those was an email that, one of many, in fact, that I received and other teachers received, but this is entirely typical of what we're seeing at the moment. Let's just take a second to read that email. The word which I latch onto probably more than others is the word thankful. And I agree with this student absolutely that we have a lot to be thankful for, even when things seem a little difficult. I'm thankful, for example, that I get to eat meals with my family every day, at lunchtime as well as in the evening, something I wasn't able to do before. I'm thankful for the weather being so nice. And I'm most thankful for the community that surrounds me at the moment. So thank you to those people who've written emails into their teachers, just as I suggested at the end of the last assembly. They are very, very much appreciated. The other thing that we can be thankful for is work done by lots of other people. And in particular, there are 3 groups of people who each independently decided to come up with a video to say thank you to the school and all that it's doing at the moment. The first one is Year 7's video. Now, we don't have time to show the whole thing, but I think the words of young Ting here sum up the words very much of the feelings of the rest of the year group. Let's hear from him now.
Dear teachers, I would like to thank you very much for teaching us during this remote learning coronavirus time. Thank you very much.
The next video was made by a group of parents, the Year 8 parents. In secret, behind everybody's backs, they went around for all of the Year 9 students and got them to say thank you to their teachers and put it together in this fantastic video. Again, unfortunately, we don't have time to watch it all, but I think a quick snippet is definitely in order. A similar video was made by the Year 9 parents. Again, it's a great boost to all of the teachers here who are putting so much work in at the moment. So we thank you very much. And yet again, here comes a little snippet.
That we have, and we take it. Wildcats, sing along. Yeah, you really got it going on. Wildcats in the house. Everybody saying now. Wildcats everywhere. Wave your hands up in the air. That's the way we do it. Let's get to it. Time to show the world.
This came off the back of the Good Deeds competition from last week. And I'm so happy to see so many of you take part in this. In fact, there are so many, I need to use more than one slide. But we can see lots of different examples of good deeds, whether it is, in fact, simple as setting the table, or making some food for your parents, or helping out the neighbors, or helping people further afield, relatives who are on their own, people you don't even know who you've written a letter to. All of these things have really, really impressed me. But the winner is, or should I say, the winners are, Lilli and Finn. Congratulations to Lilli and Finn. Now, what really stood apart from all of the other applications which I saw was the thought and attention and care that had gone into this was just amazing. So I'll just take a quick second just to explain exactly what Lilli and Finn have done. They've been through the whole of their garage and various of their cupboards and worked out things that they don't really need anymore, and they feel that other people could benefit from. So as well as it being a good deed, they've done a bit of upcycling at the same time. And they've divided those into little groups or presents which they could give to people who need it more than they do. They then got in contact with Winterhilfe. I hope I'm saying that right. And they're going to come and collect them and deliver them to those people who need them most. In addition, they volunteered that the 20 francs, which is normally given for the competition time, goes to this organization as well. And in fact, as you can see on the screen, they wanted to make that up to 50 francs for a particular thing that they could do, so they're contributing 30 francs of their own pocket money. So many, many congratulations, and thank you for all that you're doing. And that includes everybody who's entered the competition so far. I am happy to say that I have also benefited from this competition. When people in my house found out what was going on, they too decided that they wanted to do a good deed. So along with that little video, which my daughter has prepared, is another one from Ava, who prepared something similar for her helping out her sister in tidying up the house. It looked although it needed it, Grace. Let's have a look at these videos now. This is our last day before the holidays. But for some of us, it's our last day of school. And I am talking about this group of people. Now, believe it or not, there's quite a large overlap between year 13 and middle school students. So what I'd like to say is on behalf of the following people. It's on behalf of Ollie and Jaime, Ava and Sarah, Carmen and Isla, Yuta, Jasper, Alice Estelle, Margot, Paula, Sophie, and Jacob. You've all got big brothers or sisters in year 13. And I, plus the rest of the middle school, would like to wish you well, year 13. You've been an incredible bunch, full of dynamism, full of spirit, and dare I say it, competitive edge. It's been a pleasure to be with you and see you develop. And as people far better than myself would say in the past, our love goes with you. On a personal note, having come to school for the last 15 years with you, Poppy, I'm not sure what I'll do without you next year. So, what's the next challenge for the next few weeks? Well, there's no prize attached this time, but I will want you to get all involved, that's for sure. The Sally Up Challenge is a way to keep you fit during the next 2 weeks. But what is the Sally Up Challenge, you may say? Well, here are some of your homeroom teachers to explain.
Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, a green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. me hear the weeping moan. Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Oh, Miss Lucy dead and gone, left me here to weep and moan. Bring Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground.
Congratulations, thank you everyone for taking part. But what of Mr. Driscoll, I might hear you cry? Surely he would have beaten everybody else. And the answer is, normally I suspect he would. But on the given day, he had his own obstacles to deal with.
Bring Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up and bring Sally down.
And finally, I'm going to finish again with congratulations. It has now been a whole 4 weeks that I've had to pick up a single bag off the floor. In fact, for 4 weeks, I have not had to say to a single person at 4 o'clock, can you please leave the cafeteria now and either go to an after-school activity or go to the library or go home. In fact, for the last 4 weeks, I've not had to say a single thing of bad behavior to a single student. But the reality is, I would jump in a heartbeat to go back to that situation if it meant having you all back in school at the moment. This place is not the same without you. So as we head into the holidays, I would like to join with you in thanking your teachers. They have been amazing over the last 4 weeks, and I'm glad you've recognized that. But now the next 2 weeks are for you. They're for you to relax and enjoy yourselves. And the Year 8s were asked recently what makes them happy. And this is some of the things that they've got planned over the Easter holidays. They're going to bake. They're going to play football. They're going to catch up with their relatives and play board games with their family. They're going to eat chocolate, of course, it's Easter time. They're going to try biking and running. They're going to watch some movies and play with their pets. They're going to sing and skateboard, play hide and seek, and then finally, my favorite two, they're going to laugh and they're going to watch their siblings play Just Dance. I hope that gives you some ideas for your holiday, and I wish you all the very best. Thank you very much. Okay, as usual, can the Year 7s go out through the front? And if the rest of you, please, if you can just form orderly lines and go out that top door. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bring Sally down, last done start, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up and bring Sally down, last done start, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up and bring Sally down, last done start, gotta tell the ground.